The Current Confusion Over Marriage and the Family by Dr. Andrea Kostenberger. This book is excellent. I'm going to pick up several points and then expound on it, what I thought about it, okay? Western culture is decaying. In fact, the past few decades have witnessed nothing less than a major paradigm shift with regard to marriage and the family. The Western Judeo-Christian heritage and foundation have largely been supplanted by libertarian theology that elevates human freedom and self-determination as a supreme principles for human relationships. You heard that. The self-determination and human freedom is a driving force for the libertarian theology. What is the word? Self-determination. That means you determine, you decide your own values. You decide what is right and what is wrong. Okay, we have taken the moral decision of what is right and wrong into our own hands. This is part of the libertarian theology, and the reason is that it's convenient, and basically this is reflecting. Basically, that is actually reflecting what's happening in the Garden of Eden. That the devil wants to try to persuade Eve that if you take this fruit, you'll be like God. This is precisely libertarian theology. Self-determination. You decide what is right, what's wrong, and that offer, the idea was planted by nobody else, no one else but Satan himself. If you buy into that theology, that thing is self-determination. Self-determination means you remove God altogether. It means God doesn't decide, you decide everything, because that idea comes from Satan, the devil. So he's the one who told Eve, take it. The word, did God really say you can't take it? See, he's sidelining, diminishing God. It's astonishing so fast. Since I'm on it, let me just read that to you, okay? So it is in Genesis chapter, I believe Genesis chapter 3, I think. Okay, the fall, that's it. Genesis 3, now the serpent were more crafty than any of the wild animals the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden? Did God really say? The woman said to the serpent, we may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did say you must not eat fruit from the tree that's in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it or you will die. You touch it, you will die. You will not certainly die, the serpent said to the woman. The devil, Satan, said to the woman, defy God's instruction. You will certainly not die. Verse 5. But he's so subtle, he's proposing the self-determination idea right away. Look, verse 5. For God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened and you'll be like God, knowing good and evil. Knowing good and evil is part of it. That is true. That's why it's so dangerous, because Satan never comes in with blatant lie, because you can smell it at a mile away. But he comes in with half truth, half lie. That's a lie. He said, God knows when you eat of it, your eyes will open. That's correct. But the problem is you'll be like God. That is so tempting for Eve. She said, I'll be like God. I decide, I determine. See, verse 6, when the woman saw the fruit was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and was desirable for gaining wisdom, he took some and added. For desire to gain wisdom. That is the language of self-determination. There you go. Okay, so the self-determination is the collapse of Western biblical teaching of marriage and family. The Western culture is decaying because of the paradigm shift with regards to marriage and family. Okay, being supplanted by libertarian theology that elevates human freedom. Self-determination is human freedom as a supreme principles for human relationships. Self-determination comes from the story of Lucifer, the devil, and Eve in Genesis chapter 3.